Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy. I don't know about you, but where I come from, we say cement, cement. That T is pretty important. Without it, it turns into a whole nother kind of load. Smooth move for the judge to start calling it concrete. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
Let me call that one right back. Cause number 41S2500383, Florence Harris Mosley. Florence, you're here, you're on Zoom.
I'm here.
Okay. And versus Double J Paving. Let's see. On Monday, let's see. What looks like, did you, Miss Harris, did you want to reschedule this court date?
I was trying to reschedule the court date because I needed an inspector to come out. I just wanted an inspector to come out to give me some information if it was up to code. And I was trying to actually work with him. And yeah. So I wanted to, so I got it rescheduled. I was trying to reschedule it, but they wouldn't help me figure out how to reschedule it. They told me I had to just go on that website. So I had to get my daughter to come over here to try to kind of help me do it. And she put it in to get rescheduled. So I don't know. He called me yesterday, and I talked to him yesterday, and he told me that he was going to get back with me yesterday at 11:30. We talked, and he never contacted me back again. So I'm like, well, I'm going to show up in court because he's used to giving me the disappearing act, and I don't know if he thought or if he told me he was going to get back with me, I won't go to court today. But I'm like, no, I'm going to show up to court today because if I don't show, I told him I have one time to make it right in court, and I cannot mess up my court date.
Okay, so you want to move forward today? He did not show up. Do you want to move forward today?
Yes, you had asked me to get more, a few more estimates. I had an inspector come out. It was not up to code, which we already knew because there was no what do you call it? Control joints on any of my cement. My cement is cement against cement. So the reason the inspector says I'm having that cracking is because without control joints, your semen has no way to expand at all, period, at all. It does not have room to expand. So what happens is I'm going to have cracks until it starts slowly cracking. And because of the grade of the concrete, and we see how it crumbled in my driveway, he brought a muscle to come over here the last time when you told me to let him come back. And both of them were trying to tell me that, it was done right and they weren't going to do it. And I said, well, you're not going to do all of the front, especially the front, because that's where my main concern was, because I didn't know about the back yet. I wanted an inspector to see that. He didn't want me to go with the inspector and was telling me I don't need an inspector, but I chose to get one anyway, because I kind of figured, but I wasn't 100% for sure. But anyway, this guy was trying to tell me that he did it and it's going to have cracks. And if they do it again, it's still going to have cracks. I'm like, but it just wasn't done right.
All right. So he's not here today, Miss Mosley, so we don't have to get into the whole case. And I remember this case because I heard it 30 days ago. Okay. But since he's not here, we're going to get a default against him. So how much? Hello?
I'm sorry. I'm with Double J Paving. I'm here.
Oh, you didn't ever answer, so you almost got a default. I've called your name 2 or 3 times and you did not answer. So okay. So I do remember this case. I remember that the concrete job was not done correctly. She had cracks already. It had only been not even very long. I can't remember how long, but it hadn't been very long and not, years or anything. And she had cracks. The whole thing wasn't done correctly. You didn't want to break up the concrete and redo the whole job. You just wanted to piecemeal it together where it was going to look like it was pieced together. And that's not what she paid for. I do remember this case. So it looks like you all haven't come to any resolution.
I'm sorry. Am I allowed to speak?
Yes.
So we did meet as we last spoke. I actually took videos and pictures of the project as I told you I would. We have an email where we agreed to redo the entire front portion of the project, which was what you asked, what you was requesting. We even said in our email, which I can pull up a copy right now. We even said if you want to get your inspector, get your inspector. When we spoke yesterday, I said, hey, she said she was going to ask for I guess an extension because she needed to get more info or more quotes or more. I don't recall the exact details.
Estimates.
Estimates. And what we were waiting on is I said, ma'am, she was comparing different options on what she's being quoted. We don't have an argument, and we didn't have an argument from day one to repair it. From day one, we didn't want to piecemeal. I remember we went over, we would replace the entire sections. The holdup that we have right now is that, again, I told you I was going to take pictures because I don't believe that the pictures we last saw versus the pictures that I got when I showed up do not match up, don't reflect the entire project. But the newest one or the latest was she wants to get the back piece of the concrete, some concrete in the backyard replaced as well. And this just happened yesterday.
Okay. Do y'all need more time to get this done? Because you haven't even started on the front, correct? How long is it going to take you to redo that whole front?
About 2 days.
Okay. And y'all are still negotiating on the back?
Well, I found some pictures that I had taken when they put that rebar down. And what they did was they put the rebar and just laid it on the ground on top of the other cement.
I
So,
remember the rebar.
yes, the inspector told me that they're supposed to have lifted up that rebar, poured cement, and then you put the rebar and then you pour the rest of the cement. You have to let it kind of set in the middle type. They did not, they just laid it on the flat ground. All of the rebar was just laid down on the flat ground. He was supposed to gravel that. He says, even though it does not say it in a contract, nobody puts that much gravel down, cement down without graveling and leveling that ground. I have 2 spots in my back area, ma'am, between my laundry door and my back patio. It holds water back there. It should never hold water. They did not level the back to where the water flows off of my back patio. So I took pictures of that.
I know it should be slanted a little bit. And
Yes,
also,
ma'am.
I know that rebar, there should be more rebar. It was way too far apart. I'm very familiar with construction.
Okay.
So
And
that
then,
rebar should have been closer together. It should have been tied. It wasn't tied. It was loose in some areas. I saw
even sticking straight up when they did it. And then not only that, he told me that because he did not put the joints in the front of my home, I have a sidewalk that just goes straight from my home when you walk out. That sidewalk, I've been here for 26 years, had never cracked. It didn't have no crack on it at all. Since they put that concrete and they did not do the conjoints, he says because it had no room to expand, then it's gonna start. That's what made it crack all the way across my regular sidewalk cement. But he doesn't see that as a problem. Everyone that has seen my sidewalk said that they won't just do those sides because it doesn't make sense to just do those sides. And my sidewalk now is cracked. They would just, because I have a whole truck full, they would just make it all one piece, which, made more sense. And when I showed him an estimate yesterday, he told me he was going to get back with me in 2 hours. He never got back with me. I'm assuming he thought I wasn't going to show up in court today. So he still has not gotten back with me because he told me,
okay, so what estimates did you get? I'm sorry to stop you, but I've already seen all the pictures. I saw the work. I saw the cracks. I saw the rebar. I saw all of it. What other estimates did you get?
I got one estimate of 7,300.
Okay. And that's to do what? That's to break it all up, to
all the work that he did, because none of it was up to code. None of it.
And that's for the front and the back?
Yes, ma'am, because he put dope. In fact, the inspector says that it was not a good idea to put cement on top of cement that
I
was
get
not
it.
already adjourned to the
correct.
house.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's double cement they got to break up in the back.
And that's to haul everything off and
Yes,
redo
ma'am.
everything. And is that the only estimate that you have, or what other estimates do you
Well,
have?
it was hard for me to get in touch with everybody because it was the last minute, because he was like acting like he was gonna try to work with me, but then he's asking me, well, what are they gonna do? And what are they gonna put down? And what are they? I'm like, don't worry about them. I need to know what your company's doing. He wants me to give him the information of what they're gonna do.
Excuse
One
me.
company,
Yeah, okay, let him talk,
Um,
please.
I apologize. There's a lot of things being said now, and I don't want to ramble on. I just like to address all that we've had an email since we met within 7 days of our last court hearing, and within several days after that, we emailed that we would replace, as we agreed when we met in person, we would replace the concrete that she wanted replaced. She wanted to get an inspector. I have no problem with that. Yesterday, the questions I had were, I need to understand what your inspector is requesting. I need to know what specifications or what he is asking for. When she did not have that, which we're still green light to replace this concrete.
Okay,
All
well,
I'm
what you
asking-
probably need to do is you need to talk to the inspector and try to figure it out,
Well,
not her.
no, you are correct, but it's not a city inspector. This is a private inspector that
no, that was a city inspector that came out.
So,
And I told him that, why should someone tell him how to do his job? He told me he was a professional. He had 30 years experience and 10 years here. Why does another inspector need
All
to tell
right,
him how to do my
do y'all
job?
want to reset, or do you want to go ahead and just go forward with this?
Go
Do you want to
forward with it?
reset and try to fix it? Okay.
I just want to go forward.
I've
with
already
it
heard
and
enough
get it
from both
fixed.
sides. I've already seen the work. And y'all have had 30 days to get this figured out. So the court is going to award the plaintiff $7,300 court cost and post-judgment interest, and you have 21 days to appeal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Diane Joaquin, did she ever come back?
Is there anything I need to do? I'm
That's
not
it.
used
That's
to
it. We'll send you the judgment in the mail.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I can go off now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Have a
thank
good day.
All right, you too.